Namaste. How are you today? Good? Yes. Welcome. As you know, we are in the process of learning traditional theatres of India, and one of the very important traditional theatre or dance dramas, and also that is very important in the Bharatanatyam tradition, is Kuravanji. Kuravanji, also known as Kurati Pattu, is one of the 96 minor literary genres, collectively known as Sittirilakkiyam in Tamil. It is a form of ancient Tamil dance drama. The Kuravanji dance drama belongs to Tamil dramatic literature. It also combines the three aspects of the literature: Iyal, that is prose, Isai, poetry, and Natakam, the drama. The Kuravanji Natakam, that is the dance drama or the drama of Kuravanji, is actually a Tamil dance drama. Kuram, Kuravanji, and Kuluvam are more or less synonymous. Kuravan and Kuravanji or Kurati are respectively the male and female gypsies who appear in ancient Tamil literature, sculpture, ballads, stories, and Bharatanatyam dances. Kuravanji dance drama was performed mainly in the temples, a blend of classical and folk art form. It is said to have its origin maybe in Andhra Pradesh as well. Kura refers to the Kuruvas or Chenchus, nomadic hunters of Andhra Pradesh. Anji is derived from Adavus, a term for their traditional dances. The form deals with the relationship of these hill tribes with their landscape. The narrative rests on the dialogue between the two characters. In the 18th century, writing Kuravanji as a literary genre came into vogue. The authors also elevated the gypsy couple into god and goddess. The evidence provides that Kuravanji was performed in the court of the Maratha kings ruling Tanjavur during 16th and 17th centuries. This can be found from references in Sivakozu Kondi Desikar's Tanjai Sarabhendra Bhupala Kuravanji, that is Kuravanji praising the Sarabhendra of Tanjavur. This text has the Maratha king Sarabhendra as its hero and is said to have been staged as a musical dance. It is believed that this art is originated in the 17th century, as I said earlier, and has identity of its own. Lord Vigneshwara, that is Ganapati, the elephant-headed god, is the presiding deity for the performance. The famous Tanjavur brothers, Chinnaya, Ponnaya, Shivanandam and Vadivelu, born between 1800 to 1810, composed the music of Sarabhendra Bhupal. Their family retains this tradition of performance. Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundel also choreographed some Kuravanjis as ballets, reviving the old texts like Rajappa Kaviyar's 18th century Kutral Kuravanji. The main theme in a Kuravanji is the love and affection of the female protagonist towards the deity of the temple or the local ruler. She pleads to the god of love, that is, to fulfill her wish. During the performance, she praises the local deity and glorifies the land. She also requests her maids to bring her lover to her. The scenes are enacted in a dancing form. Apart from the actors, there are additional dancers and musicians. There are numerous variations in this form. There are compositions with high poetic quality like the Tirukutral Kuravanchi. Some varieties like Virali Malai Kuravanji are famous for their music. There is a balancing of music and literature in the Asgar and Tirumalai Andavar varieties. Kurvanji is performed throughout Tamil Nadu state, maybe little less now, but it used to be. And it is said that, like the Bhagavata Mela, this dance form is also crossed over from Andhra Pradesh. The word Kura refers to the tribe, as we've seen earlier, and Kuravas or Chenchus, who were and are the nomadic hunters of Andhra Pradesh. Their women folk are reputed fortune tellers. This framework of dance performance provided an ideal medium for projection of the geography lessons and was utilized skillfully for the same purpose by Maharaja Sarfojit II. In addition to the gypsy women, singers, instrumental musicians and dancing girls also added to the art. Kurvanji is performed as an entertaining objective. Its emphasis is balanced between the classical and traditional. In Kurvanji, music and dance both take equal importance. The story of the Kurvanji is common to all Kurvanjis. Only the hero and the heroine names vary from one to another. Hero is the presiding deity and heroine is the princess. There are hundreds of Kurvanjis performed all over in the Tamil Nadu. They were, at present maybe there is a lot of change. The earliest patron of this king was Rajaraja Chola. He constructed a big platform at the Thanjavur for holding Kurvanji performances during the annual festival, that is the Kuravanji Medai. In its actual terms, the Kurvanjis were regularly performed in temples and the artists kept themselves ready for performance. But passing of the legislation that prohibits dancing of the Devadasis in the temples, the practice of performing Kurvanji also declined. There are numerous variations in this art form, comprising of compositions with high poetic quality. There are more than 100 of Kurvanji in different languages and different religions like Christianity and Islam. There are many varieties of Kurvanji that are performed and some are composition like Tirukutral Kurvanji, famous for its fluent poetic importance. The Virali Malai Kurvanji is recognized for its musical value. In the Asgar Kurvanji and the Tirumalai Andavarur Kurvanji, a wonderful balance is maintained between music and literature. In Sendil Kurvanji, centering around the theme of the presiding deity of Tiruchendur, the heroine Madana Mohini appears on the scene. Spending her time in the delightful company of her friends, she sees Lord Arumuga coming in procession and falls in love with him. Then performance of the Kurvanji dance. It starts with Lord Vignesha Ganapati is the presiding deity for its performance. As the play starts, it depicts the story of Kurvanji. After the salutary procession, Katyakaran summarizes the story, which is in fact is a variation on one theme that runs through all performances. The framework of the dance performance of Kurvanji provides an ideal medium for projection of geography lessons and was utilized skillfully by the same purpose by Maharaja Sarfojit II. In addition to the gypsy women, singer, instrumental musician and dancing girls are also added to the art. In each Kurvanji, the heroine, princess, falls in love with the presiding deity, the ruler of the land. She appears to the god of love to grant her wish. She appeals and describes the divine being state's procession, the natural wealth of the area, its fertility. Fortune telling by reading the palm is also one of the features of Kurvanji. In addition to the gypsy women, songsters, instrumental musicians, and dancing girls add to the charm of the art. The heroine entrains her maidens to relieve her suffering by bringing her lover to her. The rustic tunes sung by Kurati, waxing eloquence on the prosperity and greatness for her mountain abode, have a naive simplicity about them. The Tirukutral Kurvanji, a mountain lass, is invited to read the poem of a virgin, rich family who has in love with the local deity. This has been developed into a dance drama and enacted in temple courtyards. The gripping interest in the play is maintained by the very composition of the play itself. Apart from the theme, the rich metrical variations heighten the interest in the play. Kurvanji is a variety of smaller prabandha that developed in medieval period about 17th century in the Tamil literature. It is one of 96 prabandhas and belongs to Nataka Tamil. Dance and music are two main streams of Kurvanji. Classical, light and even folk music figure in Kurvanji. The Kurvanji stand midway between Bhagata Mela Natak and rustic dance drama in musical sense. Music of the several songs is pure classical, but majority of Kurvanji songs are simple, native folk tunes. The ragas used in Kurvanji Natakas are all Rati raga and have powerful appeal. The portions relating Kurati and Kuravan give fine examples of folk music. Portions of Sahityam are intervened with bright jatis. Now we will look into the plot of the Kuravanji, because most of the Kurvanjis, not most, all Kurvanjis have the basic same plot. It changes due to the place, due to the king, due to the god, but the plot remains the same. So the story of the play goes as in the beginning, some Kurvanjis, that is Katyakaran, the court clown, appears and announces the play. In between scenes, a jester also appears to announce the arrival and importance of the dramatis personae to the audience. Also, lot of times there is a kautuvam in praise of the gods or the king of that area as the beginning of the Kuravanji. The heroine, a lady of youth and beauty, falls in love with the hero, the king, or a nobleman of the place, or the deity of the local shrine. While he goes in the procession, Pavani, through the main roads of the city. Thereafter she pines for his love. The heroine admonishes Manmatha, Chandra and the breeze. So the traditional concept of Manmatha dosha and Chandra dosha, all these are brought in, and also the chirping of the kuyal. She implores the clouds, the winds, the birds and the moon to carry her message to the hero. The next is when her maid inquire as to the cause of her distress. She tells everyone and then sends her to the hero to acquire and acquaint him with her love. So the messenger, the Duti, comes in. On her way to the hero's place, the maid happens to meet a gypsy woman, a Kurati, and she brings along to the heroine. The maid brings the Kurati to the heroine and have her fortune told by reading the palm. The gypsy doesn't read immediately the fortune. She sings the beauty and fertility of the hill from where she comes. Kurati gives picturesque description of her mountains abode, glory of her tribe and wealth of her place, traditional occupations and extraordinary skills in forecasting accurately the future. She also boasts about herself, and she also points out her own capacity to do impossible things like pierce a mustard seed and make 7 seas flow through it, change black color of the cow to the white. The next thing comes as when the gypsy reads the palm of the heroine very carefully and predicts the happy consummation of her love affair with the hero. For this prediction, the gypsy is rewarded with jewelry and gifts of various kinds. She returns to her abode wearing the ornaments very proudly, and on her way home, she meets also her husband, who is engaged in catching birds and narrates how she obtained her ornaments. The Kuravan comes out searching for Kurati. He pulls all sorts of questions, and smart replies of Kurati are very entertaining. Kurvanjis are made to be performed on stage, dances and music that is sung to instrumental accompaniment. The dancers, actors may sing and speak as well. A certain amount of detail is provided by the author as to their musical content of the performers. Interesting feature is that the hero himself does never appear on the stage. His presence is only imaginary, though all passion and fuss of the play is constructed around his persona and influence. This, as you see, is very special, that without bringing the hero on the stage, the whole drama evolves around him. The interesting feature is that the hero doesn't, and so there are umpteen number of messages that are sent to the hero by the princess through her friends and at last to the Kurati. So, let us see what are the classical and folk elements in the Kurvanji. Folk elements in Kurvanji are invented through the scenes where Kurati and her folk appear. In the first part, it is Pravesham of Kurati, her further description of the hill country, her tribe and talents. Folk elements of the play are manifold. Compassion and composition of the scenes featuring Kurati, language of the poetry, which can be called as more colloquial than the style and tone of the scenes featuring the heroine and her pangs for the hero. Style of music featuring genuine folk tunes, and even the costume of the heroine, her Sakis and Kurati and her tribe folk. Drama itself takes place at some prosperous settlement where the famous temple is located, or in the residence of the king or the chief is established. Kurati is a stranger here. She descends from hills or mountain regions. She belongs to the tribal culture, living in jungles close to nature and on account of the nature. Her employment is forecasting future, healing and magic. Her folk is engaged in hunting, thus getting food and meals for life. As tribal hunters migrating from place to place, Kauravas are fearless, risky and independent people. They are dependent on nature, but at the same time they are attached and grateful to nature as to the strict but generous mother. Their speech and songs reflect their independence, love for freedom and worship of the nature. For example, is in the Krishnamari Kuravanji, Kurati takes the heroine to the snake goddess, which belongs to pantheistic pantheon of deities identified with natural powers. As pointed earlier, Kuravanji comprises of two distinct parts. The first one is centered on divine relationship between hero and the hero, meditated by Sakhi, and then the second part features Kurati in her relationship with the husband. Thus, first part of the play inherits classical features of the Aham poetry and Sangam epics, where the persona of the heroine and the hero are archetypal and the relationships are idealized models of human love, affection, and sympathy. The characters' feelings and actions are purified of defects and mistakes inherent to human earthly relationships, idealized and raised to almost heights of faithfulness, fidelity, and devotion. The character of Kurati appears in the first part itself to contrast and balance ideal images of the heroine, the hero, and the Sakhi. In the first part, Kurati acts as mediator between the heroine and the world of supernatural powers. Kurati herself belongs to earthly reality. She symbolizes power and strength of the nature itself. She appears and describes beauties of her hill country, thus revealing her strong connection with her land and nature. Her dress, speech, and behavior differs from the heroine and her Sakhis and may be called colloquial or folk-like. I remember the cholus that were used for entry in the Chandramoulishwar Kurvanji, like Nattanangdi, Tillane, Nattanangdi, Tillane, Chum Chum Jana Jana Kita Kit, Chum Chum Jana Jana Kita, Nattanangdi, Tillane, Nattanangdi. And this is something very, very colloquial and folk tune. And the movements that were created for this also matched the mood of the song. The hero belongs to the heavenly gods, demigods, king, and great heroes. The heroine and her Sakhi to the world of civilized human settlements, and Kurati and Kurvan to hills, the world of nature. And one of the most important parts in any production is Aharya. So, what is the special in Aharya of the Kurvanji? The costume and stage props of the Kurvanji dance dramas also feature duality of classical and folk elements represented in Kurvanji. Initially, Kurvanji was performed at temple and temple precincts, where the mandapas, night sky, and the Holy Spirit of the temple created the unique dramatic atmosphere of the magic and the ambience. Kurvanjis were performed during temple festivals. For example, the earliest patron of this art was King Rajaraja Chola. He constructed a platform called Kurvanji Medai in the big temple at Tanjavur for holding Kurvanji performances during the annual festival. Kurvanjis were performed by the Devadasis. Traditionally, they wore the 9-yard pattu sari and a colourful blouse. They wore traditional temple jewellery made of silver, gold, rubies, and emeralds. The head was decorated with flower garlands. Costumes of the heroine, the Sakhi, comprised silk saris and costly jewellery. Costumes of Kurati and her attendants, her husband and his friends are tribal, made of simple materials such as leaves, feathers, and cotton clothes. Decorations are made of simple beads, shells, leaves, and flowers, all the gifts provided by the nature. Kurati has special attributes such as small pouch for betel, magic wand made of wood, basket with medical herbs, and all her goodies. Now let's look into some of the well-known Kurvanji dance dramas. Asgar Kurvanji in 1840. Asgar Kurvanji is written by Kavi Kunjara Bharati. His original name was Kotishwaran. He became Samasthana Vidwana in the court of Ramanad and Shivaganga. The story of this Kurvanji centers around Sundar Raja Perumal, the presiding deity of the Asgar Kuvil in Madurai district. The play starts with an invocatory song in praise of the Vigneshwara and Subramanya. A picturesque description of Malazaga seated in the court is given. The heroine Mohanavalli appears. She is engaged in sports with her mates. The ball play with the Kumbi song, and all these are so very common and so very must in all Kuravanji. She sees him and she falls in love. She sends the maid to him to communicate her desires. She sees him in a procession from far. The delay in the arrival of the hero makes her sad. In her distress, she rebukes the moon and the Cupid and addresses the sea. Sakhi asks her to be patient and not become restless. The gypsy woman appears. She sings songs describing glories of her tribe, their occupation, picturesque nature of their mountain abode, and her skill in foretelling the future. She proclaims her talents like to make rope out of sand and to draw strands of the stone. She reads heroine's palm and predicts that all her desires will be fulfilled. She gets valuable present from the heroine. The happy union takes place and the play is concluded with a Mangalam. The Bethlehem Kuruvanji is intended to glorify Lord Jesus. The format of Kuruvanji Natakam underwent a slight change in the due course. The Nayaka period Kuruvanjis were constituted with few darus and more virattams, whereas the Kuruvanjis of Maratha period included more darus and sholakatus. The colloquial language was used in this composition. Many words were mixed with tribal dialect of Tamil, Telugu and Kannada. Though many ragas are used in the composition, Ananda Bhairavi and Mohanam are often repeated during the performance. The Jati Korva is aptly incorporated in between the sahityas, raise the tempo of the dance. In the Kurati dance starting Engal Nadu Malai Nadu in Ananda Bhairavi raga, Aditala and Sholakatu occurs in the middle of the song. Like example, Tam Dim Taka Dikutai Tat Tai Taka Dikutam Tika Taka Dikutai Tat Tai, and it goes on. Let's see Kutrala Kuruvanji. The Kutrala Kuruvanji was written in 18th century by Thirukutta Rajappa Kaviyar. It has been performed at Kutralam. Sahityam of this drama is published, but original music is not traceable. Kutyakaran opens the play as heralded. He described procession of Shiva as Tirukuttanathan. The Sakhi appears on the stage and describes the greatness of the Lord. Vasantavalli is the heroine. She comes out playing ball and Sakhis join her. Heroine sees procession of Lord Shiva and falls in love with him. Smitten with love, she falls down. Her maids tried to console her. One maid goes to Lord to pass him message of succor. Kurati comes in. She describes beauties of her native land, hills of Kutralam, magnificent waterfalls and so on. She reads heroine's palm and predicts that Vasantavalli fell in love with the Lord and her ambitions will soon be fulfilled. Valuable presents are given to Kurati by Vasantavalli. And now we look into Sarabhendra Bhupala Kuruvanji. The Sarabhendra Bhupala Kuruvanji was written in praise of Lord Sarabhoji of Tanjavur by his court poet Kotiyar Shivak Kazundu Deshikar. It was produced in Brihadishwara temple during the annual Brahmotsavam and also on the occasion of royal marriages and other important functions. The king Sarabhoji II of Tanjavur was relieved of the duties of governance by the British. He took the situation in his stride and concentrated on patronizing arts and literature in his grand pala. The temple in Tanjavur too played host to new dance productions. Kotiyar Shivakondalu Desikar composed Sarabhendra Bhupala Kuruvanji, a natakam or a dance drama of the Kuruvanji genre. In praise of Sarabhoji, it was danced by a group of select Devadasis on festive occasions. The delicate looking Kamalam, a renowned dancer of Tanjavur, whom one met in 1970, showed me the photographs of herself and her companions in the Kuruvanji costume, when they danced the Sarabhendra Bhupala Kuruvanji. A palace dancer of this period whose name became a legend was Veena Bhashini Ambal. She is supposed to have been Rajamohini or princess in performances of the Kuruvanji in Tanjavur. The gurus of the Tanjavur palace also directed the Manmatha Nataka in the temple on special occasions. Sarboji himself composed many songs for dance and lent his name as a signature to the composition by court musicians. The Mohini Vilasa Kuruvanji assigned to the reign of Shahaji. It employs two languages, Tamil and Sanskrit. The manuscript available at Saraswati Mahal Library, Tanjore, is written in Nagari script. Even the Tamil portion is in the Nagari script. Here are Kuruvanji using 4 languages. Of this, Poyal Mollishwara Kuruvanji uses the word Tillana. Takunun takatakata techu innum takatakillalam Tillana trina tiri tiri illana. The popularity of Kuruvanji paved the way to propagate anything through this medium. Many ethical and moral values were instructed through this medium. The message reached a large number of audience. Though most of the Kuruvanjis were written in the main deity of a particular palace, some of them were on kings and heroes too. Some of the rare Kuruvanjis are Kumaralinga Kuruvanji, Manni Padai Karai Tirunila Kaddara Kuruvanji, Kutrala Kutuluva Natakam, Chinnavana Magipan, Midulakanatakam, Ardhanarishwara Kuruvanji, Tengayan Kuruvanji, Kumbesara Kuruvanji, and Bethlehem Kuruvanji. The talas used are Adi, Rupakam, Chapu, and Ekam. The famous Kuruvanjis of Maratha period are Shahaji Raja Kuruvanji, Tyagesha Kuruvanji, Kutrala Kuruvanji, and such. Many of the Kuruvanjis were not product of Maratha patronage. They were due to personal piety on the parts of the poets. As you know, Kuruvanjis were performed and were created by some of the most prominent gurus in Tamil Nadu, like Srimati Rukmini Devi, Arundel. Even Vaijayanti Mala has performed as a Madanavalli in her Kuruvanji. But we need to make a special note here or to understand how the students are impressed by so many things that the gurus teach, the teachers teach in many institutions, in the universities and private schools. So, but most of the gurus outside Tamil Nadu may not have ventured creating a new Kuruvanji. So in that context, the late Srimati Anjali Maid, who was one of the first disciples of Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundel in Kalakshetra in the mid-1940s. Anjali took part as Sakhi in the Kutral Kuruvanji of Srimati Rukmini Devi. And she was so impressed by this experience that she produced and created Sri Chandramaulishwara Kuruvanji in 1974-75 at the MS University of Baroda in Gujarat. All the elements essential of Kuruvanji Natakam were totally adhered into the story line, music and dancing. Her lord was the Shiva of famous Somnath temple of Gujarat, Chandramaulishwar. With the Naika Chandravali, written in Gujarati by her, with 37 ragas, different tals, folk tunes, and with Gujarati Bandhani costume, it has remained a very hit production. When we performed it in Tanjavur Brihadeshwar temple, the 5,000 odd audience sat spellbound and followed easily the familiar Kuruvanji storyline. The president of the Sabha said, from Tanjavur to Baroda, Devadasis went to Baroda court as dowry to the Tanjavur princess, and now back as a Kuravanji. A whole circle is completed. Since 1975 till now, I had the privilege of dancing in the Kuravanji as the Princess Chandravali. But apart from this specific efforts and creations, Kuravanjis are kind of a decline because the court dancer had begun as early as 18th century when British began its domination of South India. Tanjavur and its royalty steadily declined in power and prestige. Artists, poets, craftspersons, scholars and poets were driven to destitution by extensive political changes. In short, all those who depended on the patronage of the royal court were deprived of even meager sustenance. Larger number of women were driven to penury and all likelihood prostitution. The sociological changes affected people's perception to such an extent that once the venerated Dasi fell from the grace and almost have not regained her position and respectability. Only few of them survived this downfall purely because of their courage, their extraordinary talent, and the support of the patrons who were committed both to the art and the person. The dance was re-invented for the modern proscenium stage and renamed Bharatanatyam, found new patrons and taught to new groups of girls who did not belong to the Devadasi community. Even Chennai, the commercial capital of South India, became the seat of culture in this process, replacing Tanjavur and its royal court, and the Kuravanji Natakams have come to a decline. Thank you. I hope you have understood the whole process, the growth and the present situation of Kuravanji Natakam. Thank you.